morning, and welcome to Winter Peg. Yeah, well, they were predicting snow on Friday. Today's Friday, and it's snowing. And it's cold. It is minus 1.3. Yeah. Okay. Well, the good news is that last time I checked the weather, which was yesterday, I forgot to check it this morning, so I don't know what they're predicting now for tomorrow, but it's supposed to start getting nice again. I got a feeling that this coming week is going to be the beginning of our nice weather. Enough about the weather. Okay, what are we going to do today? Well, some of these little parts here, and those of you who watched the end of yesterday's episode, you will notice everything is pretty much exactly the way it was. So that means I didn't do nothing last night on the model. So I don't have any kind of rollback or anything like that. But some of these parts have to be, put together before they get painted. So we'll do that. And then the next thing I'm going to do is mount some of these little parts on the ends of like cocktail sticks or something like that. And I'm not going to make the mistake of using extra thin to glue the parts to glue the mounting sticks on, because if you remember last time we actually distorted some of the plastic when I tried to break it loose, and yeah, that was. I got to remember to do that. So I've got my CA glue out here, so I don't accidentally grab this. Maybe I should put this away in the back here. Well, actually, no. We're going to be needing that because we got to glue some of these pieces together. Some of them are really, really small that have to be glued together. I no use me pointing and saying that these ones and these ones have to be glued together because you can't hardly see them. So we'll recompose and get at that. Don't have any big news. I did get out yesterday on the e-bike for a little while, and it was kind of funny. When I dragged the e-bike outside, it looked like it might be going to be nice. And when I went out, it was starting to snow, and I was out for maybe 20 minutes. That's all. I went to what I call the North Perimeter Highway. You know where that overpass is. So I went out under the overpass, turned around, and came back. And when I got back, the snow stopped. Well, it's starting again. Anyway, we weren't going to talk about the weather, were we? Let's recompose here and put some parts together and try and have a nice time. It's nice and warm and cozy here at the model table, so we just won't look out the window, okay? Stop looking out the window. Okay, let's recompose here. Now I would think that this little wheel that I repaired yesterday, it should be okay now. I was kind of concerned that maybe I'm going to have a problem with it sticking to the tweezer because see if I turn it over here so we can see that little crank right there. Yeah, that little crank, it almost broke right off. Even like I mentioned yesterday, it was just sort of hanging by a thread of plastic, but just enough that I was able to, get it straight up and down, and then I sort of bathed it with the quick setting, and it melded into place. I think it's gonna hold. Now, earlier I was talking about pieces that have to go together. This one goes on this one, and this one goes on this one, on the back, of course. And I believe that what I'm touching right now is a positioning pin. Okay, excuse me. This piece and this piece go together. This piece and this piece go together. I think everything else is just gonna mount on places on the overhead bulkhead here, which has to be painted. My plan is, for instance, this part right here, you can see that it's kind of curved and it actually fits right on here. And so I think that what I should do is have this painted a different color from these parts that are going to be stuck onto it. I think that there's a place right here where a part goes on. I believe it might possibly be this one right here, or maybe not. We will find it anyway. I would think that it would be curved on the back, and maybe it's this one. Why can't I? Where's Tony's tweezers here? That's better. Yeah, it would be this piece here. It goes on something like this. And, well, only it would stay there. Okay, so let's get some of these little parts together. Maybe I'll slip the macro lens on, have a little bit of fun with the macro lens here, and try and get these ones all together the way they're supposed to go. A few moments ago when I was using these tweezers, I was noticing that they didn't seem to be grasping onto really small stuff the way I thought they should be, so I looked at them close, and you can sort of see that the tips have become kind of rounded here, and they're not exactly the same length. So it would mean that the one on your left is going to be more, is going to grab first, if you know what I mean. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to see if I can't just carefully hold them together so that they're both the same like this, and then we're going to use Chris's file here to just sort of get them both the same length, and this is going to make a real raspy noise that you're not going to like. So maybe what I'll do is I'll lower the volume for that. Okay, are they the same length now? I would think they would be better. Maybe I'm going to have to, yeah, I think they're better. Maybe just a little bit more. A little bit more here. I'm going to get a different grab on these tweezers so that they're more straight up and down. And I want to be careful. Now, you notice how when I go like this, they're kind of getting out of shape there. I want to be careful that doesn't happen. Okay, how does that look now? Yeah, that's somewhat better. So I'm just going to carefully try and sand off the burrs without rounding them off now. Okay, now the thought is that now when I try to grab onto something like, say, this little peg right here, it's not going to have a tendency to want to slip off of it. And that was the sort of thing that was kind of happening before, so this is working a lot better. All right, now, I thought that this would drop into place better than it is. Whoops. Don't worry, I know where it went. It only went about 3 inches away. Okay, now this should just sort of push down in there. I wonder if maybe I'm going to have to moisten it with extra thin to just soften the plastic, because it seems that, or I could maybe sand this piece right here down a little bit on the edges, but it should go. Where's my extra thin here? Okay, I just looked in the monitor and I realized that I'm sort of not in the dead center. Okay, maybe I'm going to have to refocus a little bit here. Now, I want to put a little bit of glue along the inside here. And what I'm afraid is going to happen is that when I touch it with the applicator, which I'm just getting right now, it is probably the whole thing is gonna stick. So I'm using the holder downer here, or maybe I should say what's left of the holder downer. Okay, so it doesn't stick to the applicator. Now, oh, I released it too soon. Now if I press on this, it should go into place there. There, it went in. Okay, let's not mess with it. Let's not mess with it. Should we try the other one? Get it the same orientation. And we'll do the same thing again. Hold it down with the holder downer. Oh! The holder downer let go a little bit here. Just gotta poke the needle back into the stick. Okay, now are we still in the center of the field of view? Let me check the monitor here. Yeah, it's pretty good. Okay. There, it's down. Okay. Yeah, when that dries, it's going to mount onto wherever it's supposed to go very nicely. And you can see these two little big pins here. They're obviously going to go into two little holes on something. Okay, I see how that's supposed to go. Okay. Maybe if I turn it like this, I can grab it underneath like so. Okay, that should work. Make sure that this is pushed up as far as it's supposed to go here. Okay. I wonder if maybe I could put some extra thin, just let it wick its way along the inside here. And on the other side, I don't think this part is going to Okay, that should be good, right? Yeah, that should be good. Okay, let's quit messing with it now. Okay, now for this piece, we almost do not need the macro lens. However, we'll use it. That way we can see really nice and sharp here. Okay. So we're going to want to drop. What if I should do a dry fit? I think we better do a dry fit first. And trying to do this on camera is looking awkward. Okay. A bit of a crack going on there. Could be that when I get the extra thin in there, it's going to sort of meld everything a little bit together. I wonder if maybe that would be the way to go. Rather, just put the extra thin on right now. This side seems to be better. I wonder if my mini clamps, just bear with me here. Why is it that you can never find something when you want it? Okay, something like this. They might actually grab better if I take these orange things off. Okay, now I don't want to squeeze so hard that I'm going to break something either here. Yeah, that should be all right. Now, what can we use right here now? Will this actually open up enough? Yeah. Yeah, that's going to be okay. I don't think it's going to damage anything too badly. Yeah. Okay, that's what we'll do. All right. So here we go. You know what? I should have a piece of waxed paper on top of here. Just bear with me again. Now that should sort of wick its way into the crack. And then we'll turn it over and we don't need to worry about it picking up fuzzies from the green cloth. Come on, turn over. I think I'm going to have to do a little bit of sanding. And if I was really into this sort of stuff, I would probably use some kind of a fill so that you wouldn't see that seam at all. Okay, but the only place I can see it really breaking apart would be up here at the end. Okay, now we were going to put this one on here like that. And then the other one is going to go like this. Yeah, that should be okay. Okay, let's stop messing with it. Now, with my self-locking tweezers here, I've done much the same thing as I did with the other tweezer. And what I've done is I've sanded the edge that you're looking at right now so that they're at the same plane, so that when they go together, well, it's kind of hard to describe, but I think you're getting the idea. Okay, now we're going to turn this over. Maybe I'll use something different. Possibly we can use the holder downer. And don't go getting stuck in there now. Okay, there, that's better. Okay. Okay, I don't know if this is the same self-locking tweezer, but it doesn't matter. I did it to 4 of them. And now the idea is that when I grab onto the pin, there. Now the idea is that when I paint this, maybe I should have it a little bit more just right on the very end like that. Okay, so we got that one. And this one here, I guess I could have got the red paint off, couldn't I? But you can see here that I've got the edge in question good. Now this is going to be really hard to paint because it is so small that what's going to happen is the paint is going to want to pool in the spokes there, and it's going to fill it up. Maybe I should get just a little bit of a closer bite. Why won't that release here? There, I think I got it. Yeah, it's a little bit closer, and all I have to do is just paint just the side that's going to be seen. Like this side here is not going to be seen because it's going to be up against, I believe, that cylindrical thing that we glued together a little while ago. Okay, now we got one more here, and as you can see, I've sanded it. There we go. Yeah, that should work okay. And the last one. Okay. You can see I only did one side. So alright, now if I'm very careful with my brush when I'm brushing these, we're not going to have it go pinging out of the tweezer. Okay, now the other parts I'm going to use something like little pieces of sprue or maybe a cocktail stick or something like that. Okay, let's quit messing with it. I'm guessing about an hour has passed here now since we glued this part up. And yes, the glue is probably still going to be a little bit soft, but I'm going to take the clamps off now. And the reason being is because when the clamp was holding it together, it was sort of elongating the part, whereas this way it can sort of relax now and go back to its, you might say, natural, so it's perfectly round. Yeah, okay. Let's move on. I think we're pretty much ready now to start putting mounting sticks in the bottom of some of these things here. heard a little dog barking. There she is. Hello, Missy. How are you? Good morning, Max. It sure is. Snowy world.
Pretty though.
She forgot.
Yeah. I guess the snow was nice and soft this morning. Yeah, it's pretty.
It's pretty, but well, the rest of the week is supposed to be nice. Have you checked? Beautiful. I think they're predicting 18 for Thursday or something.
And if it's supposed to go to 9 today, this will all melt probably by 1 o'clock.
Oh, I would think so. Yeah. I don't think I'll get out yet, though. It's probably going to be too wet.
Well, you might. I'll see at 3:30, but you might get out at 2.
We'll see what happens.
4:30. Yeah. See what happens.
See you later.
See you later. What's happening?
Okay, this part right here. You can see that it's this one right here. And I was wondering where does it go? And at first I thought that this part that I'm holding on to plugged into a hole. Well, it kind of does in a way. It goes on this cylindrical piece. And see, can you still see that hole up there? Oh yeah. Okay, so somehow this has to be mounted on its side like this. Yeah, that's I don't think I've ever had a part that went like that before. So that means that yeah, it goes like this. It's going to be kind of hard to hold so that you can see it, but you get the idea. It doesn't really go into a hole as such. It sort of lays on its side. So that means that this whole thing has to be painted. So there's really no place I can grab onto it. I'm thinking maybe what I could do is take a pin and just shove the pin in the end there, because the end will be sort of covered by this I guess you'd call it the base of the hole, or whatever this is. Yeah, that's an unusual mounting point, isn't it? Okay, I'm going to just do this one first, because it's going to be probably the hardest one to do. Got to get a little pin in there. Maybe what I'll do is I'll take one of my little tiny drill bits and drill a little hole in there, because if I try to shove a pin down into this like that, I'm probably going to expand it or distort it. So, but if I make a hole in it, the point of the pin should fit in really nice. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, we've got ourselves a little black dot here. If I can put it on that, it should be in focus. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just make a pilot hole here. I'm just eyeballing this. It's not like we want to put it in a precision lathe or something like that. I just want to have it so that the bit is not going to wander off too badly to the side. That doesn't look right, does it? That seems to be better. Okay. Yeah, we'll just hopefully that will help. Now I have to find something to hold it down. Something like this. Maybe if I could find a flat tweezer, it might work better. Okay, yeah, that should be able to hold it down. Okay, am I over my little pin hole? Yeah, or dot, I mean. And that should be good. Now, very, very carefully now. Is this gonna stay in the hole? I think it will. Okay, we don't need to go in very far. Hope I didn't make a hole too big. I do have bits that are a lot smaller. Oh my. That's I made the hole too big. Well, you know what? Maybe what I can do is just sort of pound it in like a nail. Just a little bit. Just so it stays there. Yeah. I'm just going to use Tony's tweezer here as a hammer. That should be good. Yeah, that should be good. Now we'll put the pin in one of Chris's alligator clips. I mean, as long as I'm doing everything on camera. Where's those clips? Okay. There. Yeah, that should work. This piece here, I was planning on grabbing hold of it by the peg, but I just couldn't seem to grab onto it right. If you notice, the peg is kind of keyed, sort of like a half peg. Anyway, what I did was I drilled a hole, and I'm going to do the same thing with this as I did with the other one. And yeah, using one of Chris's alligator clips again, and just that should hold it. Yeah, I'll just shove it in a little bit harder off camera. And you know what? It's funny. I could have used a smaller bit. I did use a smaller one, and it's still too big. Okay, so we are in step 26, right? So you would think that all of these pieces that we've nipped off would be used in step 26. And I was looking to see, well, where does this piece go? And I couldn't find it. And this piece as well, couldn't find it. So I have to go ahead to step 30 here to find out where it goes. Now, or not all, but most of these other small pieces, they go in different places on this overhead bulkhead. However, this piece, it goes on the deck, and it goes right here, like this. And this piece here, interestingly, I just noticed it when I realized that this wasn't perfectly round. This is keyed in the bottom. Okay, so the idea is that the keyed part, so that you get this thing the right way around. Okay, that's kind of interesting. But we don't actually use these pieces until we get to step 30, which is going to take a while. Hopefully by the time we get to step 30, the snow will all be melted. Yeah, okay, so what I'm going to do is take one of Gabe's swabs here, and with a little bit of crazy glue, you know, just on the end, I should be able to, well, maybe we'll have to use the narrow end for some of these. Okay, yeah, anyway, you get the idea. I'm just gonna fasten them all onto swabs here. And yeah, and as far as this one goes, I guess we just stick something up on the inside, and on this one here, we could just sort of, you know, fasten something onto the side of the inside. But you know, I think I should maybe be taking my sanding stick to the edge here, just a little bit, I don't know how much of this is going to be visible. Well, I guess it'd be easy to find out because you just put it in place here, and this is the back of the deck. So okay, oh, we'll make it all look nice, right? Yeah, let's make the whole thing look good. Okay, I'm going to be wrapping this episode up here after this scene. But what I've done is I have shaped the end of Gabe's swab here so it will fit in the narrow ones. I just sort of filed it down here, and the idea is that we should be able to get it to go down like that. Then I'll take a little bit of the quick setting CA, and I guess I could probably do this one right now. That'll be in lots. Okay, we'll just leave that, let it cure, and I'm going to do that sort of thing with all the rest of them. Even these ones here, I will take and put at the end of a swab on the side that is not going to be seen. And these ones here that have the pegs, these little pegs are actually too hard to grab onto. So I'm going to put the end of a swab on the end like that. Okay. Oh, my doorbell rang. I gotta go. Thanks for watching, everybody. And all being well, we're gonna see you tomorrow.